But if you connect with a higher level of consciousness, beyond your body, beyond your false ego, then you enter into a dimension of transcendental bliss, which is described in the Vedic scriptures, Brahma-saukhyam tvanantam. That level of happiness, of spiritual bliss, which goes on increasing forever. So this is actually the natural position. Does anybody want to be unhappy? I said, I'd like to give you a ton of misery today. Who will volunteer for a ton of misery? Step forward for a ton of misery. No. A ton of bliss? Oh yeah, I'm ready. Our nature is we want to enjoy. This is confirmed again in the Vedic scriptures. Anandamayo bhyasat. The nature of a living being is he wants to enjoy. So, the suffering condition is unnatural. And a blissful condition is natural. But what kind of nature are we talking about? I just explained a moment ago that according to the material nature is by nature miserable. So there's another nature beyond this material nature, which is full of bliss, full of knowledge, eternal and full of love. That's the dimension that we need to get to. And the sacred sounds from any scripture, the Quran, the Bible, the Vedas, you see, these transcendental sounds have the potency to carry us beyond this material existence into direct association of the source of all existence. Some people say there is no source and everything comes out of nothing. But we've never seen an example of that something comes out of nothing. Why should we put our blind faith in the concept that everything comes out of nothing when our practical experience tells us every day that things come from things, they don't come from nothing. Therefore, just by common sense, we can deduce that there is a source for existence. Existence doesn't come out of nothing. So what is the nature of that source, one could ask? Just like the sparks come out of the fire. They possess the same quality as the fire. The fire is full of heat and light. The sparks are also tiny particles of heat and light. So the quality of the spark is also present in the fire. Therefore, since the sparks of the source, namely us, are persons, we are all sparks of that source. Therefore, the original source must also possess personality. It is logical, it is common sense, and it is confirmed in all the revealed scriptures of the world. That original source is a person. So, what do persons do? They love, and that supreme person manifests pure love. So there is a science, an ancient science, given in the Vedic scriptures, and described in all the scriptures actually. It is loving God. Love means there's a person. So we can understand scientifically and logically that source and support of all existence is indeed a person. So, how do you please a person? Well, you find out what they like, and you do it for them. So we're very fortunate that Supreme Person is the source of all existence, and actually came to this planet 5,000 years ago and told us exactly what he likes. So we can actually please him. We can actually love him, you see. Satatam kirtayanto mang yatantascha dhritarvataha, Krishna says. He says, you should chant my glories. So that's what we're doing. We're chanting, we're obeying the instruction given by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. We're chanting his glories, and the result is nectar. Before I came to this Krishna conscious movement, I was a singer-songwriter. I gigged with some of the biggest names in the music industry the other day, the Jefferson Airplane, the Grateful Dead. You know, it was fun, but this is more fun. Actually more fun. Because when you connect with the source of all existence, by whose energy, by whose power the sun is rising in the morning, the planets are floating in the universe, by his energy everything is going on. The seasons, the mountains, the oceans, that person is full of unlimited potencies. And when you connect with that person, those potencies start to flow through you and you can feel the potencies. You know what I mean? So, there's nothing like it. There's no mundane music that compares to this type of music. It's called kirtan. There's a kirtan revolution happening now on planet Earth. Have you noticed? It's a kirtan revolution going on. More and more people are getting into kirtan, chanting the glories of the Lord. It's powerful. You can do it in any tune, actually. When our spiritual master came to Mexico, the devotees were chanting Hare Krishna to a popular Mexican tune. There's a popular song called La Cucaracha, which is about the cockroach. La Cucaracha. So they were going Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, with guitars. And Prabhupada loved it. So the melody doesn't matter, you see. You can take a tune, a popular Danish tune if you like, or a popular Swedish tune, a German tune, you know. But it's the feeling, you see. And I want to make an offering of love to the Supreme Person, the source of all existence. I'm going to show him I appreciate it. I mean, he's feeding me, he's clothing me, giving me a place to live, he's giving me a planet that I can take shelter on, so that I'm not just floating in outer space somewhere, you know, in the dark. There's a wonderful planet, you know, trees and flowers and apples and strawberries and, you know, show some gratitude, why not? An attitude of gratitude will get you a long way, I guarantee you. It's sometimes said, it's not, it's attitude and not aptitude that determines your altitude. So how high do you want to fly? You want to be on a cloudy day, would you rather be in the clouds, or you'd rather be flying above the clouds? So if you have the right attitude, you may not have a PhD, you may not be the most expert person in the world, but if you have the right attitude and gratitude toward the Supreme Person, you will elevate your consciousness beyond all the, what's called the modes of material nature. You'll be able to fly high in the sky of spiritual bliss 24/7 in all circumstances. A beautiful day in Copenhagen or an ugly, nasty day in Copenhagen, it'll all be beautiful for you. It'll all be beautiful. You see, because you're connected with the source. You're plugged into the powerhouse. So why be disconnected when you can be connected? And I've come here to teach you how to be connected. I'm connected by the mercy of my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. I got connected back in 1971 and I've been connected ever since. So my mission is to connect the whole world with this process so we can have complete peace and happiness everywhere, in every town, in every village, in every hamlet, in every home. Why should we have wars and killing and terrorism and pollution? This stuff is unnatural, completely unnatural. These are all symptoms of the fact that we are not connected with our source. We are disconnected. Our lives are not luminous because the lamp is not plugged in. But this kirtan, this chanting of the holy names of God, is the process of plugging yourself back into the powerhouse, the source of all the love, all the energy, the knowledge, emerge, that Supreme Person, you see. So I was thrilled when I walked in the door to hear how this kirtan was taking off. And wow, this is fantastic. I just felt like, what is that? Duck jumping into the water. I heard this kirtan going. A duck jumping back into the water again. This is wonderful how you're chanting here. Please continue this chanting, because chanting is enchanting. The more you chant, the more you become enchanted. And the more you become enchanted with the spiritual energy, the material energy can't touch you anymore. You become impervious to the influence of material energy. I saw this in my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. He's an 80-year-old man. He would go on the morning walk. He walked faster than us 20, 22-year-old kids. We could hardly keep up with him because he was plugged in to the powerhouse. So do yourself a favor, chant every day. Don't just wait for Sunday to come here and chant. You can chant on your own. You can get some beads. The devotees will show you how to chant on the beads. You can get up every morning and have your own private meditation. Just you and your personal meeting with God. You and God can have your own personal private meeting every day. Excuse me, I have a personal private meeting with God. You'll talk to me later on having my private meeting with God right now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You see, this is the way of the great saints. This is how you can become a great saint. All you have to do is have your own private meeting with God every day, and you'll be so much surcharged with spiritual energy, you'll be in bliss. I remember the first time I chanted around the beads. At that time I wasn't a devotee, I'm just a singer-songwriter doing my thing in Berkeley, California. And some devotee invited me to spend the night at the temple. His name is Bhakti Madhurya Govinda Maharaj. He was Mukhammal Das Brahmachari then. He invited me to come and spend the night in the temple. So I did that. I got up the next morning and they had a string of beads on the wall, a little hook for guests, the guests' japa beads. So I chanted one round on that japa beads, and then I hitchhiked back to those days we just hitchhiked everywhere. That was the hippie movement, hitchhike, You don't need a car, you motors, you just hitchhike. All you need is a thumb. You go wherever you want in the world with your thumb. That's how we did it. I was thumbing and strumming and thumbing. That was my lifestyle. So, but I was so exhilarated after chanting one time around the beads. It was so much. I was just in ecstasy. I didn't really know why, but I was tasting this amazing ecstasy. And then I went back, I hitchhiked back from San Francisco back over to Berkeley and crossed the San Francisco Bay. It's called the Bay Bridge. So I hitched back over to Berkeley. I was visiting some friends. They sat down and watched some TV show. It's one of those those boring, ridiculous TV shows, And I said, I just went out on the porch. I can't take it. No, thank you. I don't want to waste up my mind with some stupid, boring television program, So I just went out on the front porch. I wrote a little song. I don't remember the whole song, but I remember the lines. I remember these two lines. Do you think I waste my time playing around in misery when I'm so close to nirvana? Somehow or other, after I chanted those beads, I knew that spiritual enlightenment was coming soon. And I knew I shouldn't waste my time watching some stupid TV show. You see. After chanting the names of God in those beads, I had this intuition that spiritual enlightenment was coming soon. The theater knew you. Right here, this theater, my heart. You see. So, this is powerful stuff. And it actually happened in due course. I met a very exalted disciple of Prabhupada named Vishnu Janaswami. And he really made it clear to me that this is the real nectar. To chant Hare Krishna mantra is the real nectar. And I tried it, and by golly, it really worked. It really took me off the material plane. So, if you can make the experiment, chant the Hare Krishna mantra. You don't have to be a member of our movement. We don't ask you to become a Hare Krishna. You can be a Muslim, a Christian, a Jew, an atheist, whatever you want to be, it's okay. But just whatever you're doing, add Hare Krishna to your routine. Be a Hare Krishna atheist, or a Hare Krishna chanting atheist, or a Hare Krishna chanting agnostic, or a Hare Krishna chanting Muslim, or a Hare Krishna chanting Christian. Just add Hare Krishna. This is an experiment. Whatever you're into, add Hare Krishna to it and see what the result is. Just try it for a few weeks. I'm going to seriously add the chanting of Hare Krishna to my daily routine every day. Just try it. There's no obligation. Just make an experiment. We've tried everything else to be happy, haven't we, in this world? So why not try this? Every day chant the Hare Krishna mantra for a few minutes and just see what the result is. And then you can judge after a couple of weeks. If you want to continue, you want to just not waste my time. You can go ahead and make the experiment. Just like a scientist, he makes an experiment. So be a scientist. Your consciousness is the test tube. And Hare Krishna is the chemicals. Put these chemicals into your test tube and see what happens. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you start having mystical experiences, you'll know you're on the right track. I remember when I first started chanting, it was amazing. It was like a magic carpet ride, I just felt like I was going this magic carpet ride all over the universe. It was amazing. I put a picture of Radha and Krishna in my apartment, and I'd come home from work and I would sit down, light some incense, light a candle, turn off the lights, have a candle in front of the picture, and I would just chant Hare Krishna. And I just felt like it was going in this magic carpet ride all over or beyond the universe. So there's great power in meditation and the holy name of God. There's great power because you are directly contacting God Himself. Directly. This is called Nama Avatar. You've heard the word avatar. The Avatar movie, by the way, didn't have it right. That's not an avatar. The Avatar movie was wrong. It's not an avatar. An avatar is one who descends from the spiritual world. So, this is called Nam Avatar. The name of God is God Himself, and God has directly come in the form of His name. So if we chant that name with faith in its divinity, with faith in its power, with enthusiasm, with determination, with focus, and all those things develop with practice, by the way. In the beginning, we're not so focused, the word is splayed. In the beginning, we're not so expert at keeping our mind fixed. We have splayed intelligence, many-branched intelligence. This is described in the Bhagavad Gita. Vayasyatmaka buddhir, ekeha kuranandana, bahu shaka hirantascha, buddhyo vyasayanam. Those who are resolute in purpose, for those who are resolute in purpose, their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kuru, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many-branched. So in the beginning, you see, right now we have a consciousness that's splayed. This a little, we're into this thing, we're into that thing. We don't have any central focus for this, that. There's the tongue, there's the genitals, there's my prestige, there's this, there's that. There's so many things. My body, my dog, my guitar, my car. So many things are splayed out. So many. So in the beginning, it takes time to learn how to focus. But that's why if you do it every day, if you chant every day the Hare Krishna mantra, you'll learn how to lay all that aside. Yato yato nischalati manas chanchalamashtavam. From whatever and wherever the mind wanders, due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So if you do this every day, you'll find that you gradually become more and more expert at keeping your mind fixed. So it doesn't jump here and jump there. You can actually keep it fixed, and it becomes very steady. It's called steady intelligence. So by regularly chanting the holy names of God, you develop the ability to keep your intelligence fixed. And when your intelligence is fixed like that, you become very powerful in your ability to do whatever you need to do, whether it's earning a living, having a happy married life, or whatever you're trying to do with your life. These things, the skills you develop by chanting will actually enhance everything else too. It's an automatic byproduct. A person who knows how to control his mind will naturally become successful in the world, whatever he does, because he can stay focused on one thing. So this chanting it also gives you material benefits as a side issue, but we're not interested. That's not what we chant. But those are automatic byproducts. When you're spiritually together, your material life also becomes together, just like a shadow follows you wherever you go. But that's just an automatic byproduct. The main interest though, is the spiritual life, because whatever material success you may have, the time of death it'll all be taken away anyway. So it's only a temporary thing. So one who is serious about awakening his divine consciousness will cultivate material success to whatever degree will facilitate him peacefully engaging in self-realization, you see. In other words, he dovetails his material activities into his spiritual realization pathway. He'll arrange his material life in such a way that it best facilitates his spiritual realization path. You see. Where he lives, what kind of employment he has, what kind of income. He adjusts those things in such a way that they best facilitate his pathway of spiritual awakening. In this way, everything is focused. Just like one great saint, his name was Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was a very highly placed employee of the British government during the British rule of India. And he said, now I am working my job to support Krishna's household. He saw, just like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram jagatapasam sarvaloka maheshvaram suhridam sarvabhutanam gyatpamam shantram richati. Only one who knows me is the supreme enjoyer, the supreme controller, and the best friend of all living entities can have peace. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as a self-realized soul, was a highly placed employee of the British government. And he saw that actually I'm working this job for the Britishers, not really for the Britishers. I'm working to serve Krishna. So whatever money I have, it's Krishna's money to be spent in a way that is pleasing to Krishna. This house I have, it's Krishna's house. All my family members and myself, we are all servants of Krishna. In this way, he completely spiritualized his whole consciousness. In this way, his meditation went on 24/7, even in the midst of intense management for the British, on behalf of the British government. He never lost his focus on Krishna, or God, the absolute truth. So as one becomes expert in this chanting, the meditative consciousness you attain while you're doing the chanting then carries over your daily activities to where you can remain in a constant state of meditation 24/7, even when you're asleep. That's when you're really, really advanced, and that can be done by anyone. A student, a housewife, a professional, a politician, a warrior, anyone. Arjuna did that. In the Bhagavad Gita we read about Arjuna. He was a warrior. But he was able to also enter into this meditative state of consciousness, even on the battlefield, if you can imagine. So we urge you all to read these books Bhagavad Gita especially is very powerful. It's the basic introductory book. It actually is all here in the Bhagavad Gita. We have Gitas for sale here. You know, if you don't have a Bhagavad Gita, please today do yourself the best favor you ever did in your whole life. Purchase a Bhagavad Gita, take it home and read it, and chant Hare Krishna every day. Just try it for a month, and if you do that with an open mind, you're going to be thanking me a million times for advising you to do this. That completely transformed my life. My anxieties are all gone now. I feel empowered by the mercy of the Lord to do wonderful things I never thought I could do before. So please do that. Do yourself the greatest favor you ever did yourself in your whole life. Purchase a Bhagavad Gita as it is tonight. So, we actually have 20 minutes left. And I love questions, by the way. Even challenging questions. If we have any skeptics in the crowd, now's your chance. If you say, well, this sounds a little wacky to me. I think you're brainwashed, All questions are welcome. Challenges are also welcome. Any questions?
So one challenge could be, so you say that the chanting of Hare Krishna is to somehow the control of the mind.
Chanting of Hare Krishna is...
So that is artificial, isn't it artificial? Shouldn't you be in tune with yourself?
What's he saying?
He's saying if chanting Hare Krishna is control of the mind, shouldn't you be like in tune with your mind? Isn't it artificial? Shouldn't you just...
In tune?
In tune.
In tune? In tune.
Yeah, he's challenging. Good.
It is being in
brainwashing.
tune.
It's brainwashing.
It's brainwashing.
Brainwashing. Yeah.
Well, if your brain is dirty, it certainly needs washing, doesn't it? We're teaching you to wash your own brain. I'm not going to wash your brain. We're telling you, if you're not satisfied, you have a dirty brain, If you have the brain of a dirty old man and you're not very happy, you're agitated by it, you like to be able to be, if you'd like to get rid of your dirty brain, then here's how you can do it. You want to do some cleaning on your own brain, here's how you can do it.
We're just giving a brush.
Huh?
We're just giving a brush and toothpaste.
Brush?
Yeah, brush.
I'm giving you a scrub brush to clean your brain. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. I mean, no one likes to be bothered by lust or greed or anger. These things are dirt. You'd rather be peaceful. When you're lusty, you're not peaceful. When you're greedy, you're not peaceful. When you're angry, you're not peaceful. When you're full of envy, you're not peaceful. These things are dirts. Lust, anger, greed, envy, they're dirts. And by this chanting, you can get rid of these things. You personally can do your own cleaning on your own brain. Not that I'm controlling your brain. You control your own brain. We teach you how to give you the tool to control your own brain. So it's not that we're turning into a zombie. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Some zombie like that. No, we're teaching you how to be what's known as a Goswami, one who is a perfect master of his own senses. That's what we're teaching you how to do. We're giving you the tools, the instrument, the training that you can be a complete, total master of your own senses in any situation, anywhere in the world. But you're not a puppet of somebody else, okay? You have complete mastery of yourself. That's what we're teaching you how to do. Next question or challenge, yes?
If I get this higher spiritual